how do you hack the system for your video to run and overperform? Now, I've said this a couple of times before. I've paid someone $2,000 to teach me how to post on story. And then the people freaked out. They said, "You're crazy. How can you pay someone? That's a lot of money." And it was a 45-minute conversation. We'll get into that as well. But the first 30 minutes was basically, showing me some results, some proof of actual people that used the strategy and they delivered on whatever promise he made. And the real value was the last 15 minutes. I'm like, bro, just shoot the last 15 minutes and let me get the value. Let's get it going. So how do you do that so that your content overperforms? This is the scientific part behind the post. Who does what in the team and why this is important. So who does what and why is this important? My sister recently got married, so she's on honeymoon with her new husband, but she's been blessed with a curse, which is finding spelling mistakes. So she'll find a spelling mistake anyway. She leads the marketing team from her office, from her campus in Cape Town, but she mainly focuses on, when everything comes together, just checking, overseeing everything's lacquer, all the posting time schedules, everything is fine, and then spelling mistakes. So no one in the company can check spelling mistakes like she does. That's a strength. That's one of the boxes that she ticks at the end, where she says, okay, this is good enough to go out into the public. We good? All good. So who in the team is strong at what, and then let that person do that to make sure that you deliver a near, I'm never going to use the word perfect because it will never be perfect, a near good enough. I'm happy with that. A near good enough piece of content. The closer that you can get it to great, the better. But eventually over time, what happens is the standards climb, the level of execution also climbs, and then the content's just better every time, just purely out of reps. You're doing so many reps, it improves. Okay, creating your content, hardware and software. All right, we like using Apple. You can use a different device, like a Samsung device. You're welcome to do that. We like Apple. The reason why we like Apple is because it integrates quite easily with the rest of the equipment. It can upload to Apple Cloud. It can do various things. With our Apple phone, we use microphone systems called Rode. I'm going to just show you here. So this is the mic that I've got with me. It's a Rode mic. So these mics, I think the new ones that we bought recently are probably half the size. What was the cost to that? What was the cost, Els? So 5,000 Rand gets you a set of these puppies. So they took it from this size to this size. This clips anywhere. It's got better noise reduction magnet, so it can literally do this. So you can take it off here, and then you can put the magnetic part inside, and then it sort of connects to your shirt or to your cap, whatever you want to connect it to. So not really very expensive. 5,000 Rand, a phone, and CapCut. CapCut is the platform or the editing tool that we use to create all the cutaways, to create all the extras. What is CapCut Pro per month? It's like $200.
Yeah, it's 2,000 Rand.
2,000 Rand a year, and how many people can actually go and edit on it? 5 people can edit on CapCut all at the same time. 2,000 Rand a year. It's not expensive. That's the editing program that we use. I know there's lots of other ones, fancy ones, but CapCut is the one that integrates the best, and you can landscape, you can portrait, whatever you need to do, it's good enough to be done that way. When should you post what and why is the difference between your message not being heard and being a bottom G versus a top G. And what I want to say right here is, this is why your adverts do poorly and get you discouraged. So socials work, yours don't work because you suck, not because the platform hates you. So that's every time something underperforms, I think, okay, that's fine, team. All right, Els, team, the Chinese government has now banned us on TikTok, and they're shadow banning us. We are not getting the views that we deserve, and this is a big mess. It's the platform's fault. No, it's our fault. We executed poorly, or we posted at the wrong time, or something went wrong. We need to take ownership for our actions. This morning we posted one of my favorite videos that we've done in a long time on TikTok. And I reviewed so it's the most popular car. It's a Golf 8 GTI. It is, I think, one of the best edits. We've got everything done to the T. Everything is 100%. It underperformed. It just underperformed. On the other platforms, it overperformed. So it's also important that you don't only focus on one platform. If you do, you run the risk of building your community somewhere, and if something happens, you really get banned because you've acted against whatever. We've had a few of those on TikTok where we actually went out and test drove cars and people reported us. This is like anti-policy of TikTok, and they kicked us off. We had a 24-hour and a 48-hour ban. So if you go on all the platforms, however, when you go on all the platforms, different platforms allow for different things. So if you have links on one platform and you don't have links on another platform, you need to adjust your content strategy for each one. You have to do that. For an example, on a TikTok video, in the comments you may not put links. On Instagram you may not put links unless you boost. If you boost and put a small budget, you're allowed a link, but then you're getting the views, but they're not real views. So very, very technical when it comes to what platform allows for what. You need to deeply understand them and follow their rules. All the captions are slightly modified for each and every platform so that it runs on that specific platform. And when you have a miss, like we had this morning, I'm giving you a class and I'm admitting this morning was a miss. On all the other platforms, it overperformed. I don't even think it got 1,000 views on TikTok. For us, that's really, really poor. But it is what it is. We just keep our chin up and then we do it again tomorrow. Harder, faster, with more conviction. The rest of the content did fairly well. Just that one that we missed.